So I think I finally came up with an analogy to help me make sense of this terrible rap beef, this cringy rap beef. But before I get into that, I have to add some context to this video and admit I'm a Drake fan.
Drake, yes!
Probably the bravest thing I've ever done. Because as far as I can tell, I've checked the comments, I might be the last one. The Drizzy subreddit is full of insane people saying that Drake is playing 4D chess, which is embarrassing to me. Everyone else went Team K-Dot. I get it, but it makes me sad. This whole rap beef to me was cringy. The analogy I've always used, because listen, Kendrick, no doubt in my mind, was going to be able to out-rap Drake, obviously. But I never thought he'd come out with a club track. That was unexpected. Hadn't seen him drop one in a long time. I thought it was just gonna be Kendrick releasing introspective, conscious rap songs and Drake making these generic bangers. And it turns out Kendrick can make a banger too. So anyway, to me, it always felt like Kendrick was like a college student and Drake was like a moody freshman in high school. And Drake was like, I'm the toughest guy in the world. Nobody could beat me. Then Kendrick was like, I could beat the shit out of you. He's like a senior in college. And Drake's like, oh, come on. And then he just starts beating the shit out of Drake. It's like, yo, okay, like this is a kid. You're basically beating up a child. And everyone's like, go Kendrick, beat this shit out of that. And I get it. Like there's reasons to think Drake is corny or like creepy or weird. I get that totally. But still, it's like, this isn't like cool. Like I never thought in a million years that the person that I would respect the most in all of this is J. Cole.
It's my opinion. Like, bro, I could be wrong.
Nah.
Because he did like this quick little take backsies. But that's how I feel. Because I don't really like Kendrick as much. It just feels a little corny to me. And then I definitely feel weird listening to Drake. It just feels sad to me. This is, at the end of the day, just rap. And all these dudes are like about to be 40. And I've always respected Kendrick. Been a fan forever. Loved Drake for a long time. 2008, 2009 Drake, 2013 Drake, 2015 Drake, like all these different eras of Drake. Now it's just like, it's kind of over and it just seems cringe now. The analogy that I've come up with that I think really makes sense in my mind is Drake is a WWE rapper and Kendrick is a UFC rapper. Drake, oiled up, ripped, he's jacked, he's huge, he's on steroids, he's doing double backflips off the top ropes, and Kendrick is trained fighter. He's a killer. In UFC, he's in the ring and he's making people tap out, making people bleed, and Drake is out here doing fake wrestling moves, which to me is like equally cool. Like I get why you might think wrestling is corny, but imagine if Khabib, Poirier, or I don't really know UFC too well, but a trained UFC fighter, McGregor, pops out and he runs over to a Monday Night Raw event and John Cena's out there and John Cena's like doing some speech. Then he just starts beating the shit out of John Cena. A real trained UFC fighter fighting a WWE wrestler. Like a wrestler could hold his own for a second and then immediately it's just going to be all UFC, like real fighting, which is obvious to me. We're just kind of playing pretend. And this sounds corny, but that's the way I always felt with Drake. Like he makes these rap bangers, but he's like this soft singing dude. All of this is kind of a front, but it's cool. Like it works in the clubs and you can't deny like his level of stardom and the fact that he's got the most streams of all time. Like that's so dope. And this persona that he's created, I'm not saying there's nothing about Drake that's real, but obviously if I were to look for authenticity between Drake and Kendrick, I would go Kendrick all day or Cole all day. But there's some level of WWE stardom, of this theatrics of doing double backflips off the top ropes that I've enjoyed. And I think a lot of people have enjoyed. And it seemed like Kendrick, like in bad taste, kind of undermined that. Because to me, Kendrick was this conscious rapper. In some way was always preaching love. Ultimately, I would say like integrity. And not to say that there isn't integrity here. Like Kendrick's always had everyone on the chopping block. He's going to be the GOAT. That's what he was working towards. Drake was in his way. And so he chopped him down. And I get that. And he's a rapper, and this is what it's about, kind of. But it always seemed like, I don't know, he's conscious. And in the way that J. Cole's conscious, you know, he's out here helping out Lil Pump or whatever, trying to be kind of a good role model.
To me, you strike me as somebody that's too smart.
Again, I'm a fan of both of these artists, and this felt like the college student beating the shit out of a high schooler. Like, this doesn't feel like integrity to me, but I don't know, maybe it's wishful thinking. What do you think? Am I way off base? Did you feel like this whole thing was cringe too? I know it's late to be making a video, but you know, stuff is still coming about the lawsuit, so it's not totally irrelevant at this point, and I did just come up with this analogy, and I wanted to share it with y'all. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you on the next one.